Look, selling on Etsy is not as easy as people make it to be. Which product should I do? Should I run Etsy ads? How do I get my first 100 sales? It can be pretty stressful, especially if you've put in a lot of effort and not seeing the results. Or if you've been on Etsy for a while and are already getting some sales, but your sales are just not growing. What am I doing wrong? So today I'm going to share with you 3 strategies that I use to solve many of these problems. And these are actionable tips that you can use immediately and make a massive difference in your business. But make sure you watch till the end, because I was actually surprised that only the top 1% of sellers are using strategy number 3. So let's start with the first strategy, automation. Now, if you're selling personalized products on Etsy and you're sick of manually fulfilling every order, you might want to listen to this. Now, I know offering personalization can be really profitable, but there's a lot of manual work. Because for every order, you have to get the text, the graphics from your customers, and upload it manually to your print-on-demand provider. Now, when you're just starting out, you probably can handle 3 to 5 orders a day. But once you get 10, 20 orders, it becomes really time-consuming. Then you'll start to question yourself. You're making good money, but you're now grinding your hours every day fulfilling orders. Now, not many people know this, but there's actually a way to automate the personalization process. And no, it's not hiring a VA. Now, many of you know Gelato, a print-on-demand provider, but did you know that they also have a tool called auto-personalization? So this is a tool that allows you to automate personalizations. Now, this is a game changer because it completely removes you, the seller, out of the equation and automates the entire process. So you just need to set it up once and it will do the work for you every time an order comes in. So today I'm going to show you how to set this up so you can get your time back and focus on growing the business. So let's head into Gelato, and on the left side, click on Personalization Studio, and you want to scroll down to Etsy and click on Try Now. Next, let's find the product that we want to offer personalization to. So let's just use a mug for today's example. Now let's click on this one, white 11-ounce mug here. And next, I'm going to go to graphics on the left here and find a simple illustration that we can use for the mug. Maybe this sausage dog here. So let's drag it to the mug and place it right in the middle here. Great. Now I'm going to add a text on the bottom just as a placeholder. So click on text and write Max. Now the next step is to click on personalize on the left here, and you'll see that you got 2 options. And let me just explain to you the differences. And let's talk about the first option, automated personalization. Now the first option allows the customer to write a custom text right on the product page on Etsy before they place an order. So here's a good example of a product that you can apply this to. So for this product, you can see that you can request a custom text on the left side here and 2 other ones on the right. And to do that, you just need to write the names in the personalization field here. And the Gelato AI is smart enough to figure out what the customer wants and send everything to production without you being involved. But yes, there is an option for you to manually approve personalized orders by checking this box right here. So there is that flexibility there if you need it. Now, this is the option that you'll pick if you're just customizing text. But what if the customer wants to customize the image as well? Now that brings me to the second option, email workflow. So this option allows the customer to customize not only the text, but the image as well. But they're not going to do that on Etsy, because as you can see here, there's no option to upload an image. So the way this works is that the customer will place an order first and then receive an email that looks like this from Gelato, and they would click on this button, personalize, and they will go to a portal where they are able to customize the text and the image. So I'm going to show you a quick demo on how easy it is to set up. So let's choose this email workflow here. First step is to enable personalizations on both the image and the text. So click on the sausage dog and click on the 3 dots here for more options. Click personalization and make sure you want to enable this by checking this box. And you want to do the same for the text as well. Now, the cool thing about this method is that we can offer multiple font options, so the customer can do a custom text and choose the font that they want. So you can preset the font that you want available and set a condition to each one. Now, don't worry, I'll leave a link in the description with full instructions on how to do all this. And that's really it. And you can hit preview right here to see what the elements will look like on a mockup. And click this button to generate more mockups for your listing. Now, Gelato is completely free to use. It's $0 forever with a free plan, so you can sign up right now and try the tools for yourself. But once you're getting some sales, it makes a lot of sense to go for the Plus plan here because you'll get 10% off the products and you get access to all the premium mockups. Now, since I'm a Gelato partner, if you sign up using my link below, you can try the Gelato Plus plan completely free for 30 days, plus you get 50% off your first order. Now, please note that if you are using their automated personalization feature, there is a small cost to it. If you're just starting out, they'll charge you $1 for every order that goes through. But once you have more than 50 orders, I think it makes a lot of sense to upgrade to the second tier for $29 because it now brings down your cost per order from $1 to just 50 cents. Now you know how to get your time back. You're not stuck doing manual work every day. It's time to think about how to grow your business. And that brings me to my second strategy, owning your customers. Now, if you haven't realized yet, when you're selling on Etsy, you don't own your customers. You don't even own your Etsy store because you're just renting a space on Etsy. And because you don't own your store, you can get shut down on any day and your business will be wiped out overnight. So to solve this, you have to start owning your audience. Start creating social media channels like TikTok, Pinterest, YouTube, and build your own audience. And then drive them to your own website. Because if you want to build a real business and not just a side hustle, you have to be able to generate income from a source that you fully control. Well, all the gurus out there are too focused on selling you the dream of making $10,000, $20,000 a month on Etsy. Yes, of course you can make that kind of money, but what if it all goes away the following month? You'll be back to zero. Don't you want the income that you've worked so hard to build to continue for months or even years? Now, we all know that a marketplace like Etsy is notorious for suspending accounts or just competitors falsely reporting you for copyright infringement. In fact, I have a student who's been selling on Etsy for 4 years, and one morning she got an email that she got suspended for no reason at all. And she got 0 sales for the next 4 weeks. And that was her only source of income. But luckily, she got her account back, but she still had to pay her bills, right? And on top of that, while she was out, she lost all her rankings and her sales momentum. But now imagine if she had a secondary source of income from her own website. Yes, a suspension would still suck, but you don't lose 100% of your income. It's going to be a small inconvenience rather than a complete disaster. So does this mean that I'm against selling on Etsy? Absolutely not. In fact, I do recommend selling on Etsy because it's a great way to validate your product, get it off the ground. But remember, when you see some traction on Etsy, the worst thing to do is to be overconfident and complacent. When you start hitting $1,000, $5,000, or even $10,000 a month, don't think that the money is just going to continue to flow in. Market changes, consumer taste changes, competition increases, and speaking of competition, Chinese sellers are going to be flooding to Etsy pretty soon, because Etsy just approved payments to China. So start diversifying while you're on top. You don't want to diversify when you're panicking. Now, if you're just starting out, I know that this could be overwhelming. So for beginners, I would recommend focusing on building your Etsy store first for maybe the first 6 months or at least until you see some consistent sales on your products. But one thing that you should do from day one, a very simple thing, is to start building your email list. Now, this is the first step to owning your audience, and it's really easy to set up. Now, I know a lot of you already use Everbee for product research, but not a lot of people know that they also have an email follow-up tool that allows you to send automated emails to your customers. Now, this is important because an email list is something that you completely own in case your shop gets suspended. So let's say you have 10,000 people on your list. Now that's yours and you can continue to sell to them no matter what happens. You can easily push whatever you want to them, whether it's a holiday deal, launching new products, or product giveaways. Now, if you're on a paid plan on Everbee, you can already use this feature. You can basically create a subscribe pop-up and you can place it on 3 places. One on your Etsy announcement page, or in every thank you email after someone makes a purchase, or in the download page if you're selling digital products. But if you're new to Everbee, I also have a link in the description for additional discounts. Okay, great, that makes a lot of sense, but I'm not even getting sales on my Etsy store. Or maybe you're getting some sales, but the reviews are not coming in fast enough. Now, if that's you have to take a look at something called the buyer's journey. So this strategy is about mapping out the customer's journey from the point when they search for a product, clicking on your product, making that purchase, and ultimately writing that review. Now, understanding this journey is really important because you will learn how a potential customer behaves at every step of the buying process. And by doing this, you can identify the weak spots along that journey and improve them. Now, you don't want to underestimate this one because one small tweak can make a huge difference. In fact, I helped one of my students, Irina, map out her buyer's journey, and she was able to improve her listings, and that increased her sales by about 30% and doubled the rate of her reviews. Now, of course, we can't possibly spy on our customers and see exactly how they behave, but here's what we can do. So let's say I've decided to sell a phone case. So the first step is to do a new search on Etsy on phone case, and I'm just going to scroll down and see the first listing that catches my attention. So maybe this one stands out to me. And that instantly tells me that they have an effective thumbnail image. So now you need to study what makes it catchy. Is it the colors or the angle of the product, the mock-up, or even the model, right? Yes, everyone has different tastes or preferences. So maybe you get your spouse or your friend to take a look and see if you can spot a pattern. Remember, this is just a visual test. We're not using any tool to measure the click-through rate, none of that. I just want to see what attracts the human eye. And this is really important because no matter how good your product is, if you don't have a catchy thumbnail, nobody's going to even know that your product exists. So that's the thumbnail. So number 2, we want to now step inside and study the actual listing. But first, you'll notice that this listing might have a catchy thumbnail, but we actually don't know if they are the best seller in the niche just by looking at it. Now we're going to use real data to see which listing has been proven to sell. So I'll just use Everbee for this, and we'll get the tool to scrape all the best sellers in the category. And I don't want to just pick a random product because I want to study the product that's been proven to sell in the niche, because most likely they would have refined their listing and their email sequences. So you got to use a tool like this to help us do that. Pick this one just for our example today. The first step is to look at the listing images and see what catches your attention. Do they have a video? Do they have a good set of listing images? Do they have good mockups? Next, you want to go to the description, and if you were to buy this product yourself, are you clear on what you're actually buying? So what questions or objections will your customers have? Will this come in a gift box or a plastic bag? What's your return policy? Or can I customize my name? So pro tip, before you create your listing, you want to review it from your customer's lens. You want to poke holes in it and turn this page into a high converting listing. Now, number 3 is to go and purchase the product. And the main goal with this is that you want to spy on their email sequence to see their review request strategy. You want to peek behind the curtain because this is the stage where they would be asking for reviews. And by the way, you can also use Everbee to see the review velocity. How many reviews is this listing getting per month? So you can simply see that here using the free Chrome extension. So the questions you need to ask are they sending a personalized email? What are they saying in there? Is it a personalized message or is it a template? Or do they give you a discount code for the next purchase? Does the owner of the store personally send the email? How fast do they respond to questions? Or what was the language used to ask for that review? Do they ask you to subscribe to their email list? What do they write in the emails? So you can see without making a test purchase, you wouldn't have known all these things. So for a small price, you can see their entire review strategy. So that's exactly how you identify what you're missing and start improving your own listings. And just as a bonus tip, read the reviews, especially the negative ones. So you never want to assume what the customer wants because they actually tell you in the reviews of what they like or what they don't like. So read the negative reviews, see what customers are complaining about, use that complaint and turn it into a selling point, and make sure you want to prominently show that on your listing. Now, I know a lot of people don't do this, but remember, if you want to be the top seller, you got to be willing to do the things that 99% of sellers are not willing to do. Okay, great strategies, but big question is now, I don't know what to sell. Well, you know what? This phone case that I've been showing you throughout the video was actually selling $27,000 a month with a 74% profit margin. Now, I'm not asking you to copy this product, but I want you to learn the strategies behind this product. So I originally made a video on exactly that and how to use AI to create these designs. So if you want to see the full breakdown of this store, click on this video here and I'll see you there.